Hey guys, Frank Flegg here, founder of Ethical Property Partners. In this episode, I'm going to be explaining why I buy many of my properties completely unseen. Now, to some of you, that will be like crazy. You'll be struggling to get your head around the fact, how can you buy a property that's hundreds of thousands of pounds without even walking around it, getting a feel for it, seeing how the light comes through the windows and all that? Well, the truth of the matter is that is such a small part of a property purchase. It's almost inconsequential, and let me explain why. The reason I buy property is to make money, not to feel good about the property, not to someday live in the property. It's just to make money. It's how I invest my time, it's how I invest the money I have in order to get an income from it. If your reason for investing in property is to make money, then the biggest reason, this is the big reason over here, are the numbers. The numbers on a property are so much more important. So I invest with many of my clients, many of my franchisees. I'll joint venture with them. And when they bring a property to me, I don't jump in a car and drive down the motorway and go and have a look at it. Our franchisees are all across the country. I look at the numbers. I look at what the property's worth, what are we buying it for, what's the market rent for it, what's the rental demand, what's the sale demand of the property, how easily will we be able to sell it afterwards, etc. It's all done on the numbers. And I liken this to if you're going to buy some shares. Let's say you're going to buy shares in Boots PLC. Do you look at the balance sheet and work out how the share is performing and what the dividends are, what the growth in the share price has been over the last few years? Or do you go and visit your local Boots the chemist and have a walk round and check that the floor's clean and check the product range and have a chat with the woman behind the counter and make sure she's friendly, and then go do it in the town next door and go to a big sit-in, go to a little village and just check that all the boots are okay before you invest your money in the shares? Or do you just look at the balance sheet? You just check the numbers? And I liken it to that, guys. It's, yes, if your house has a garage on the side, it's marginally more lettable. Or if your house has a slightly better level of decor, or they've converted, the galley kitchen and the lounge, they've knocked it through and now it's a kitchen diner. Yes, that has a small impact on the property, but what it actually looks like from the road, whether it's got bay windows or flat windows, whether it's got a nice gable end or whether it's been extended out, really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Now, does it have zero impact? No, it has a small impact. But for me, it's nowhere near as important as the part of the country it's in. So are we going to see continued rental demand? Really important. Is it in a part of the country where I'm going to see decent capital growth? Again, really important. I don't want to be buying properties in Hull where I'm not going to see capital growth for the next 10 years. That doesn't make sense. Capital growth is a nice bonus to my property investing portfolio. But once those boxes have been ticked, it doesn't really matter. I know that my franchisee that I'm joint venturing with is going to look after the property really well, so I know I've got a trusted, safe pair of hands there. I know that part of the country is where they're investing and they've got really good data on their portfolio, so that's a safe pair of hands and a safe area for me. I've checked all the economics of the area, I've checked the economics of the property itself. Whether it's a blue house or a green house or a white house doesn't really matter. And so, maybe a little controversial, guys, that's why I am comfortable, happy, and frequently buy properties all over the country without actually going to see them. It's a bit of a misconception that you have to, get a feel for the property, make sure your heart sings when you walk through the front door. I disagree. I've bought many houses that I would never live in, but that have made me great money over the years. If you've enjoyed this episode, guys, click the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on our next episode. Until then, happy investing.